Hey everybody, Mark Kelly, Mr. Saltwater Tank, giving you a walkthrough of a 775-gallon VIP tank that I'm building for a client out here in Idaho. This project has been 1.5, 2 years in the making. Now this thing is still in progress, so everything you're seeing is coming together. Certainly not going to leave it this way. Wanted to give you all an insider look at it this morning. This tank is 12 feet long, 48 inches deep here at the deepest part, 30 inches on the shallower part, and then 36 inches front to back. So this sits in a commercial space here in Idaho. As you can see, everything's still in progress. I'm going to be sitting in the main area of this office. So when you're sitting here relaxing, you get to look at this nice tank. Originally, the idea on this project was to have a fireplace here in the center. So that fireplace was going to be right here, and there's going to be a tank on either side of the fireplace. Talking with the owner, he really wanted to do something unique for his office space. So I said, hey, let's do a step down and move the fireplace over. He said, fantastic. So we have the 12-foot step down tank. This is 775 gallons total water volume. Doing a step down let us do some unique stuff with aquascaping. We did not want any of the aquascaping from up top to touch down here. So Planet Aquariums, who built the tank, built me this bracket that's glued onto the side of the tank. And you can look and see a little pin here. I've got these pins here that hold the rock in place. This rock actually butts up against the bracket and is held out against gravity off the side of the wall thanks to this bracket that Planet made for their tank. And that lets us create a nice overhang. You really use the dramaticness of the overhang by having the rock kind of fall off the side here. That was the idea. Down here in the bottom, the owner wants to have a big harem of clownfish and anemones. They'll hang out down here, and then lots of coral and fish throughout the whole system as well. Lots of caves and pass-throughs for all the fish. There's actually a tunnel all the way down the length of the tank, so the fish can come in here. They have lots of exit points, but they can swim down the whole length of the aquascaping out 12 feet, all in the center of the tank. So that will make it unique for enjoying the fish. Going to be powered by 10 Ecotech Marine Radions on a linear actuator light rack. This can move up and down with a push of a button. There'll also be T5s up here as well to give some light, just to fill in the shadows. I have no concerns at all about the Radions reaching down here and powering the anemones, giving the anemones what they need in the 4-foot depth. Not a problem with all. I've done that before. And then let me take you through the filtration. Again, work in progress. So this is an external overflow box with two 2-inch drains, 1.5-inch emergency drain, and all the electronics for the ballast and all for the lights and all will be in here. Of course, an Ecotech Marine battery backup. You got to have a backup plan. Everything is going to be controlled by Neptune Systems Apex. So we'll have energy bars up here. We'll have flow sensors, water on floor sensors, such. So water comes through this little tiny fish room here, and then it goes into the main fish room, which is back over there. Walk you through that in a minute. Back up here and give you some perspective. This is the owner's desk. So he's sitting here. He gets to look at this side of the tank. He's got a big window for people coming down the hall so they can see it too. We walk you through how this layout in the office is going to work. So here's the entrance. So you come right down here. You enter the main business here. This will be a door, owner's door. This is actually going to be a sliding barn door here. So when this is shut, you'll just see this deep section of the tank and you'll think, oh, that's pretty cool. Deep tank, I get it. Then as you start to look at the tank more and you come around, then you get 12 feet of 12-foot step-down reef love all there. Okay, there's the tank. We walk you into the fish room, give you a walkthrough of that so you can see what it's going to take to power this big bad boy. 775 gallons total water volume in that tank. Planet Aquariums made it the only people I would trust to build such a technical tank. We come around back into the work in progress fish room. 210 gallons of saltwater mixing, 210 gallons of RODI water in the whole mixing station. This is in a tray with water on floor sensors, so if anything leaks, stuff shuts down and the owner would get notified. When we want to move water into the tank, it's going to run across the roof and then down into the tank via the return line. No hoses, no buckets, none of that stuff. Water coming from the tank comes into the Refugium first. This is a 155-gallon Refugium, 60 inches long, 24 inches wide. And then water will flow into the MRC industrial sump. It's one of my designs that I'm constantly tweaking Two 2-inch drains into here, filter socks, Bubble King Royal Exclusive Deluxe 300 skimmer that sits right on the bottom of the sump. It's so big it takes up this whole area. Then we have 2 meaty reactors for GFO and carbon, and a Royal Exclusive Red Dragon return pump. Water will get pumped up. Some water will come out here into the meaty reactors, through the inline heater, up across the ceiling. Some water will come into the UV. We have 120 watt Emperor Aquatics UV. We actually just put it down here underneath for the moment. There it is. That's going to be mounted to the wall. So some water will come to the UV. Most of the water is going to come back down, tie into the return line here, and then go back into the tank. So there you have it. There's a walkthrough of a 775-gallon step-down tank for a client, a VIP client that I'm building. This has been his dream. He's always wanted a big tank like this. The step-down is definitely makes it very unique. We'll have this thing up and rolling in about a month. Thanks for being with me. Got questions about it? Leave the questions down below.